Hi, this is Ralph Wilson with Web Marketing Today. I'm in San Jose at the eMetrics Web Optimization Summit with Jason Burby, who's an expert in measuring things that are important. But what we want to talk about today is the idea of the importance of setting goals for your site and have absolute clarity about that. Why is that so important?
You know, it's a great question. A lot of companies really struggle to define what success means online and what it means to be successful, the types of behaviors they want people to do. So they naturally, when they look at their website, they might focus in on one or two things they want people to do, but they'll immediately, when they look at measurement, they'll immediately step back and look in a web analytics tool or look at whatever data comes to them first. And what we find is that while that can be helpful from time to time, is sometimes you miss some really big important things about your business, about your site, that could really help you drive and change your business.
Give me some examples of how it might be.
Great question. An example might be if you sell products on your site, you could focus in and say, you know, everything's about selling the product and getting people to add it to the cart and move on from there. What you might be missing is that there's a lot of people that want to go touch that product, come see you in your store, see you in your business. They might want to request more information and start dialogue. If you only focus in on the e-commerce part, you could very easily be missing that other component that more often than not drives a lot more interest, could drive a lot more people into your business or to start dialogue.
So how do you figure out what people are really looking for?
Yeah, another great question.
There's a tool that the 4P tool?
The 4C or the 4Q.
4Q,
yes, the 4Q question. And that is, there's a few different types of ways to understand what visitors are doing on your site. There's the web analytics data, the behavioral data, so where are people clicking as they move through your site? And then there's some of the other information, the more attitudinal. By attitudinal, what we mean is how are people feeling, what are they thinking? Asking questions, why are you here? Why did you come to our site? Were you successful in accomplishing what you set out to do? If not, why? And so a combination of the behavioral, what people are clicking on, and the attitudinal of why are people here, how are they feeling, are they going to make a purchase down the road? Understanding both of those can really help you understand the effectiveness.
So real clarity with your purposes of the site. So I want people to buy my product, which is a very good goal.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But often different departments of a larger company have different goals.
Yep.
So how do you clarify those and get people to agree on what they're actually trying to accomplish so it isn't a lot of nothing, but it's really focused?
Yeah. You know, it is with small businesses as well as large businesses and everywhere in between. You might have someone that's really focused on the web channel and driving sales, and they might be bonused or get raises or promotions based on how well just the web channel sales do. But when you look at the overall business impact, you want to grow the entire pie. You know, if people end up calling through a call center or going into a store, that's great as well. So typically what you need to do is you need to get the right people in the room. You need to get the people that are focusing on the web channel, people that are focusing on customer service or retail sales, and some of those people in smaller organizations can be the same people. But it's just pulling the right people together and really talking about what does success mean to us as a business online.
So part of it is just getting those people together. In a lot of organizations, the larger the organization, the more they work in silos.
Absolutely.
So getting some of those people, for a small business, it would be, okay, team, let's get together and figure out what our website's really trying to accomplish.
Yes.
And then realize that the customer service person has things that she wants to accomplish.
Well. Yeah. And then it's, you know, getting those people together to talk about it and agree about it and just put out on the table all of the different things that are important is key. What we find is the magic to it is then defining what those are, documenting them, and sharing them. So everybody's on the same page of these are the 5 things we want people to do on the site. And even just having those as simply documented, shared out, you know, reviewed on a monthly or quarterly basis to make sure everyone's focusing on those. What are we doing to drive these 5 things, and how are we doing with those?
Now, does a business usually prioritize those things?
Yeah, we do a lot of work to help our clients understand the financial impact to those. So selling a pair of shoes on the website directly, what is that worth compared to driving someone into a retail store or driving someone to a call center to call the 800 number or request information, whatever it may be. Once you define the goals, you can take that next step, which is to say, what are the different relative values? And whether you do that by dollars or whether you say this is twice as important as that, it can start to help you understand that. The interesting thing is usually the one that people focus in on, we've been using an e-commerce example, is that immediate on-site sale. what we typically see is there's other huge pockets of value for different companies that typically aren't quantified and are kind of ignored and pushed to the side until you really step back, pull all those people in, and then start stack ranking and prioritizing those things.
Well, this is fascinating, and I think vital not only for huge corporations, but for small to medium businesses that haven't really figured out exactly what they're doing there. This helps them have a lot more precision about what they're trying to accomplish, and then what they need to measure to see if they've succeeded in that.
Absolutely, and then the key is when you're doing that measurement is identifying where can we do better.
Right.
You know, if we're not getting people, if people can't find our store or it's very difficult, and we might look at the search results on the page and see what people are looking for, we can find and identify, okay, people can't find our store, let's help them do that better. Or let's make it easier for them to see our 800 number, because when they call our 800 number, they convert at a higher dollar value. So it's all of those things to define the goals, measure them, identify opportunities to improve, and then take action on that information.
Well, I can see out of people watching this interview, a lot of them thinking, I need to get those people in the room so that we can really do this right.
Absolutely.
Where it starts. Well, thanks for sharing with us, Jason. Tell me about you and your business, what you do.
You bet. My name is Jason Burby. I'm the Chief Analytics and Optimization Officer for ZOZ, 180-person interactive agency based in Seattle with offices throughout the U.S. and in Europe as well. Also the co-author of Actionable Web Analytics, Using Data to Make Smart Business Decisions, a book that was published last year by Wiley.
Great. Well, thanks so much.
Thank you.
This is Ralph Wilson with Web Marketing Today.